What's up, man?
Content creator?
Yes, sir. I got a little bit of a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah?
It's about photography, but content creator is a big word.
Okay.
I like to do it every now and then. Yeah. So. What's up, man? See you. What's going on, man?
Okay, brother?
Yes, sir. That's me, man.
Yeah, man.
That's me. All right. Thank you. Can I take a picture of you, brother? Just be yourself. Yeah, just one picture.
Sure.
Thank you, man. Just be yourself. You ain't got to do nothing special or nothing there.
Yeah, go ahead. You solo. Sure.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. All right. Have a good evening.
If we walk by something, you see it.
No, it's not. No, I just know it's easier if I like
Thank you. Can I take a picture of you? Just a quick picture, just be yourself. You ain't got to smile. It's a normal photo. It's from my personal collection. I'm a street photographer. No? That's okay. Have a good evening.
Excuse me, sorry.
Una foto, por favor. Sí. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Gracias. What's going on, man? You have a good evening, sir. Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome to all my new followers. Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been very hot. First of all, I hope everybody's doing really great. Yeah, Texas here, the weather, it gets so hot during the summer that it really isn't very pleasurable to do street photography. I've measured 120 degrees off the blacktop, the tarmac. So, yeah, you can make your own calculations there, but the summertime is usually not the most pleasurable time to do street photography. Thankfully, yeah, the weather is coming down. It's not as hot anymore. And so the opportunities to do street photography are coming back, which I really love. In all honesty, yeah, it is sometimes nice to have a little bit of a break from it. To kind of regroup mentally, look at some of the things that I'm doing wrong, look at some of the things where I feel like I can do better and where I can improve. And that process in itself never ends, guys. And that's part of the fun of it. But I felt that, I felt that I was a little bit too rushed doing street photography. And I'm not particularly talking about my videos, because the videos is just one small aspect of my street photography. I'm talking more so in general. I felt like I was a little bit rushed, and that does have a little bit to do with the photography. It has a little bit to do with my personality. I can tend to be a little bit impatient sometimes. So I decided that I have to slow down a little bit and really think about what it is that you want to do, or what it is that I want to do with my photography. I think that is a very wise thing to do. Sometimes you have to pull back a little bit from your own photography. Even the photos in this video that I made, I didn't even really look at them. I developed them 5 or 6 days later, and then I kind of let them sit there. I did look at them, of course, the first time that I scanned, but I let them sit there for a little while because I noticed that sometimes I can be so, I can have a certain opinion about the photos that I've made in a certain video or in a session that I've been out there. And then, of course, I'm usually not happy. But if you take a step away, and especially if you learn from others, from, the great guys out there, you start to see things that you can build a foundation upon. And I've been doing street photography now for, 3.5, 4 years. I don't know exactly, but I felt like I hit a little bit of a plateau, and I've gotten plenty of advice from people, and most people, they do mean well, and some advice is great, others not. Chew out the meat, spit out the bones. You're, at the end of the day, your own person, and you have to look what works for you really well. So, but, to make a long story short, I felt I was rushing a little bit. So, taking it a gear back, really looking at what's going on. Do I have to take this photo? Or do I not have to take this photo? What does it add to the project? Why am I even taking this particular photo? All those questions. And like I said, that's part of the fun of it. Now, I have also noticed, because I've been playing around with a 35 millimeter lens a little bit, and I really love it, but I have definitely drawn the conclusion, guys, that I'm just a 50 millimeter guy. And that's always going to stay like that. Although I do love incorporating the 35 millimeter, the 50 millimeter is just the lens for me. And it does allow me to slow down a little bit. This camera, it doesn't necessarily allow me to slow down. You might think, hey, it's an all mechanical thing and all of that. But actually, these cameras are most of the times, actually faster than a modern camera with all the bells and whistles and autofocus and all that kind of stuff. This is ready to go. And I've also started to learn a little bit I've also focused a lot more, as you saw in the video, on zone focusing to get some of that speed, because even though with portraiture you can take your time to critically focus, with trying to catch a moment, which I want to do more of, you really do need to be able to forget about focus at all and just point your camera and nail focus. It doesn't have to be super sharp, because a really great moment, which I didn't have, of course, in this video, but a really great moment, although I do like the photo of the lady with, had her hand stretched out, and I thought that was kind of neat. But those moments, you're not going to be able to sit there and focus and critical focus. You need to be able to get those. So I've been working on that a little bit. Technique is important, especially if you're choosing to stick with a certain focal length. Then you just have to make sure that it works for you. I guess that would be my advice that I've learned. Just make it work for you. And a photo with a 50 millimeter isn't better than one with a 35 or a 28. It's just a different thought process and different results and, a different perspective. Once you learn that, and like I said, I do want to, incorporate a little bit of 35 millimeter here and there, because it was fun switching it up. But once you choose to stick to a certain focal length, whatever that is, that doesn't matter. It could be 85 millimeter, it could be 21. Whatever it is for you, stick to it, and you really learn how to shoot really fast with it. I've gotten relatively fast. And this isn't about boasting and bragging. This is just about trying to get the results that I want. And I felt that was just sort of a little bit the mission for me, is to slow down, take stock, look at the things that work for you and look at the things that are maybe not so good. Be honest about that. The vast majority of photos that you're going to take, including me, are going to be crappy. That's just the way it is. Certainly for the style that I have. My style is what I call kind of raw photography. It's definitely not fine art. I want to capture the street. It's true what Bruce Gilden said. If you can smell the street in a photo, you've taken a really great photo. But anyway, that's sort of my style at Deep Ellum. I might change in the future, but right now I'm really enjoying getting that, that raw style, that street life, different people from everywhere in Deep Ellum, because that's sort of what Deep Ellum represents. But yeah, the 50 millimeter, that's it for me, guys. There will definitely be videos in the future with a 35 millimeter lens because I certainly enjoy that. But at heart, mostly due to the portraiture that I take, the 50 millimeter is more than good enough for me. As a matter of fact, it does kind of... It rivals my 45 millimeter. My 45 millimeter might be that maybe that little slight tiny edge over the 50, but then again, my Konica is a 50 millimeter, and I love it that way. It's a razor sharp lens. You always see that in the photos. It's a camera that I really enjoy shooting. And then, of course, I used the Vivitar 283, which the combination of those two is kind of a dream combination. Now, somebody in my comments left a comment saying that, hey, maybe include your settings. Every single photo that you saw here was f8 at 400 ISO and 1/250th of a second. That's it. Because you can do that. You can do that with the 283. Just set it on one color, and you'll get the aperture that you want. And we all know that the Konica IIIA has that shutter where you can use every shutter speed that you want all the way up to 1/500th of a second. So I kept it at 1/250th of a second. Nice and easy. I really don't like to have to think too much about my settings. That's the kind of photographer that I am. I just want to be able to purely focus on those moments or people that I want to take. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the photos. If you'd like to see things that I do maybe different, let me know in the comments. Or if you feel like, hey, Davey, you suck at this, you need to improve there, just let me know, guys. I love you guys, and I'll be back with another video really soon.